Hi guys, it's Rick Shiels down here at Quest Golf Academy here at Prairie Sports Village. I'm going to be reviewing and testing the new Titleist 718 TMB using GC Quad and Real Pro V1s. I'm testing the 4, 7 and the pitching wedge in this brand new set of golf clubs, part of the 6 sets that Titleist have just brought out. Now the TMB, MB is muscle back, and we've seen that in the very bladed golf club for many years with Titleist. The T is basically a technical muscle back. So the T is for a technical kind of design, basically, in the simplest terms. Now the TMB, the story behind this actually came out last year. Very limited amount, and it really originated from a long iron. So it started to come out in a 2 iron and a 3 iron to start off with, and very limited stock again, mainly just for tour players, guys like Jordan Spieth using it. And then they realised, hold on, people are liking this, let's make the full shebang, the full set, and that's exactly what we find ourselves with here. So the idea is it's suited for long irons, hitting up high, very easy to hit, players who don't really like hybrids. That's where it originated from, but then they've made the full set. Now there's tungsten in this golf club in toe and heel, a lot of it as well, high density tungsten. You'll see this strip across the back, which is, I would best describe it as like black glass. It's almost like the screen of an iPhone, right across that back edge of the golf club. That is not all tungsten where it is. It's only placed in the toe and the heel. But that kind of visual gives you an idea that there's almost lots of protection in the bottom end of the golf club. It's a hollow head design, it's not forged. It just looks sleek. Just so like, I don't know, for Titleist, very futuristic. Because Titleist is normally very traditional, straight laced, down the line. This is like, well, hold on, we're welcome to 2017. I mean 2018, because that's what the golf clubs are really designed for. So as well as the tungsten weighting in the toe and the heel, they've also brought in a new face design. This is actually Japanese spring steel. I'm not exactly sure what that's going to actually do to the golf shot, but it certainly does sound very fancy and something new that Titleist have never actually introduced before in their irons. Let's give this a hit. Now the lofts aren't strong, they're much more closer matched to the AP2 and the CB and the MB irons. This is 33 degrees of loft for the 7, but they're still claiming that this is a distance iron. Let's give this a hit. It looks probably, and I've said this a lot about the golf clubs, the AP2 and this one have looked the best behind the golf ball. They look so good behind the golf ball. Let's give this a hit. I'm excited about this. Oh, that has gone to space. That is so high. There's going to be no problem stopping that. That has gone so high. That felt superb. Not soft, it just felt good. It felt solid. It felt like a really good hit. 173 carry, again 33 degrees of loft, about where I'd expect it to sit. 6,000 spin rate, a tiny bit low, but the height, I've got to check the height in a second, 38 yards in the air. That is so high for a 7 iron. That is to space, honestly. Not great for a links golf course, not in the 7 iron, but that has gone to space. That's a bottomed golf shot. I hit that a little bit from the bottom of the golf club, just to show you a bit of level of forgiveness. That's why I've done it, he claims. Still got to the green, but it's not a very good hit. I caught that a little bit off the bottom. The height wasn't anywhere near as impressive, only because I caught it 2 grooves too low. 165 carry. Didn't feel bad, I just could tell it wasn't a good strike. Yeah, you can see there on the strike location, just a little bit low of that. Showing a bit of the forgiveness characteristics, and we've lost a bit of yardage, but not loads. That's the highest golf shot I've ever hit with a 7 iron. That is the highest golf shot I have ever hit with a 7 iron. If golfers struggle to get the golf ball up in the air, this is where they need to be looking. That honestly has gone to space. That was 175 carry. Really good flight, really well hit. It's measured it a little bit weird on the measurement, 38 yards in the air. Whew. That is super high. That felt really good. And it sounded great. Let me just check the averages of those 3 golf shots so you can see them. 171 carry distance on average. 36 yards up in the air, and that's including the second shot, which was a little bit thin. 6,000 spin. And the descent angle is nearer to 50 degrees on the way down for 7-iron. That is going to stop. Even though it's not 7,000 spin for the 7, believe me when I say that will stop, because that's coming in very high, very steep. Good hits. Very interesting that. Let's move back to 4-iron. So 4-iron has got 23 degrees of loft, and this goes from a 4 to a 3 to a 2-iron. Now, exciting news, I do have the 2-iron. I will be reviewing that separately. I feel like that deserves its own separate review, the 2-iron, because I think that, again, that's where it originated from. The TMB was supposed to be a driving iron, and they kind of went, actually, it's doing really well, let's just make the full set. So 4-iron. The reason why it's going so high, with that weight so low in the head and with how much tungsten, high density tungsten it's got in the head, it's just launching up in the air. It's a good looking club. Again, it's not too chunky, much more towards the kind of AP2 look behind the golf ball. But I know with the hollow head design, it's going to be packed with a little bit more forgiveness. Wow. I'm a big fan of that flight. I mean, that is like a hybrid ball flight. It's so high. It's coming out so high and so kind of up in the air. It feels like it's going to stop on greens even at 200 odd yards away. I can see why Jordan Spieth has been using golf clubs like this in the long irons. Yeah, just a little bit toey on the strike there, but came out so good. It doesn't, when I'm looking at a ball flight, it doesn't feel like a 4-iron. It feels like I'm hitting like a 6-iron or something. It's got tremendous height on it. Let's go one more with the 4. Feels good. It doesn't feel soft. It feels solid. It just feels like a good hit. It feels like a hollow head design. You know when you get, it's a very different sound off a hollow head design. It's more like a crack. It's like a loud cracking noise. And that's kind of what you get with the 4-iron here. And the club so far with the TMB. Let's go one more with the 4. Oh, that's a toey one. That's a bad golf shot. Let's get excited there. That is a bad golf shot, ladies and gents. 205 carry still, but turned a lot, yeah, way off the toe. Let me go one more, because that was really bad. It's a better shot. It just doesn't look like a 4-iron. It honestly looks like I'm hitting a 6-iron in flight, height-wise. Super high, super, super high. Right, let's have a look at some data. So that third shot was a bit dodgy, but apart from that, the other 3 were pretty good. 206 carry distance. Again, height of 32 yards up in the air. Good height again. Spin rate 4,000, perfect for a 4-iron. It's not going to stop quick again, but it's closer to that kind of 45-degree angle coming down into the ball. So it's got a little bit of descent angle there working for you. So like I say, players who struggle to hit hybrids, I think they're going to be all over these TMBs. And certainly, you know, I struggle with hybrids. And for me, the TMB, just that height just really delivers a lot for me. Because I want to be able to hit a shot long iron into a par 4 or par 5 and still get the ball to stop. And that's exactly what it's doing. Let's hit the wedge next. So moving into the pitching wedge with the TMB, we have 45 degrees of loft, which is much more suited to a pitching wedge loft. Looks like a good head design. It doesn't look like it's hollow or massively chunky. I do love that black glass across the back. It's very much like an iPhone screen, you know, when you've got it on lock, or any phone screen for that matter when it's on lock. Yeah, good looking club head, very good looking. Oh, it's just a fraction in the bottom groove there. Yeah, it's done well off the bottom. There's a bad strike. The feel, the only thing I feel like it slightly lacks is that softer feel as you go more into the lofty clubs. It'd be a lovely forged set this. If this was made in a softer material, if this forged a golf club here, it would actually feel just superb. It's not as soft as the AP2. That's the feel-wise on that has been so far so good. Yeah, very nice. Loads of height again with the wedge. Using that same technology with the weight being so far towards the bottom of the golf club. Okay, so let's go one more with the wedge. Oh, slightly pulled that, but it felt good again. Go longer. For me, the height is still very impressive. Probably not as substantial or as noticeable as it was with the 7 and the 4 iron. I was getting there 35 yards in the air. I was actually getting higher peak height with the 7 iron. Carry distance there, the last one's kind of messed the numbers up slightly because it went left 142 carry. On average, it's 137. Probably nearer to like 135. With that loft at 45 degrees, it sits about perfect. Spin rate at 8,000. Some good numbers, really good numbers. It's not, for me, the big difference was the height with the 7 iron and the 4 iron. That's where I saw the biggest difference. And it's very interesting how this stemmed from originally being a long iron to help golfers hit the ball high, to replace hybrids. And now they brought out the full set. I think it works really well. They do look superb. I love the hollow head design. They're not the softest feeling golf clubs. And again, with the family of golf clubs they've brought out, I'm not entirely sure where these sit. I'm not entirely sure. They feel like a separate category completely, almost just high irons, really. But they do look very good. Guys, comment below, what do you think of the Titleist TMB irons? Are you a big fan? Do you struggle with hitting irons high, or is actually hitting irons a big problem of yours? Comment below, I'd love to hear your thoughts. Like the video if you've enjoyed the reviews so far. If you want to watch all the reviews, click the link up here in the corner. You can watch all 6 Titleist reviews out on my channel now. Thanks for watching, guys. Stay tuned, lots more to come, and we'll see you soon.